I started collecting properly again around 3 years ago now, but it was one of those things. It was a childhood thing from my older brother. He was very much into shoes from like a young age, and I'd see it as a kid and I'd be like, oh, I want those, you know what I mean? And like obviously growing up where I lived, trainers were a thing, you know what I mean? You had to, yeah, if you didn't have a banging pair of trainers, you weren't that guy. So like from a young age, I was really, really into it. Air Max made me love trainers. It was just that visible bubble. Like, as I said, from a young age, I've always known about trainers and the technologies and stuff because my brother was a bit of a geek. But it was just something about that visible air. Like, it got me. You know what I mean? First seeing an Air Max 1 and like, just being like, wow, this is ridiculous. This is where it is at. You know what I mean? And I was a kid at that point. I was knee high, like 4 or 5 years old, and just being like, wow, I want those. Why don't they make them in my size? And that was just kind of it. And as I said, growing up where I grew up and stuff like that, it was a status thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was just Maxes, and as Maxes started to progress and the bubbles got bigger, you know what I mean, you had to excel with it, you know. So that was what started it really. It's the boxes. The basic point it's the boxes. I like the boxes. It's just the stacking and just being able to like kind of have a step back and being like, yeah, that's my mountain, you know what I mean. And once again, you attach it to other things. If I got a blue trainer, I need to have a red trainer, or I need to have a black trainer. You gotta have every colour, you know. And then it starts to transpire down to having every shape. And then for me, for a little while, it was I need to have at least one from every single year, you know what I mean. And that's what kind of fuels the collection. I suppose the reason why I collect is because I don't really do much of anything else nowadays. Like, it's where the money goes, you know. Everybody's got to have their own poison, and yeah, I don't go out and get messy anymore too much. Don't go out on the lash. So yeah, buy a pair of shoes or a couple of pairs of shoes every week. You know what I mean? And it grows, you know. And yeah, it starts to get out of control. I've been customizing as Adorn probably about 14 to 15 months now, like really doing it as you see it now. But in terms of learning and just like studying the craft itself, it's probably been about, I don't know, probably about 3 years when I started like really getting into shoes again. And it was one of those things that kind of came out of necessity, because it's like I couldn't find enough shoes that I liked, and I wanted to edit a lot of the shoes that I existingly had or were coming out. It was like, that needs this or that needs that, and it kind of birthed from that. And after that point, I started doing it more and obviously becoming more skilled at it, and more people started to like what I did. It became a real thing, you know. The favourite shoe that I've done, that I've made, it's one that I have such mixed feelings for. It was the shoe that essentially kind of brought me to the other level. It was the Kid Robots. I have a massive love-hate with them because partially they are against everything I would like to do with this company. They're a recreation, you know. I call them a tribute because they're not exactly the same, and they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be just that bit different that you know they're not what they are, but they are what they are. It was a shoe that I put all of my skill into at that point in time. It was kind of my pivotal moment in terms of learning all of the skills I had and applying them, you know. So from that, it also birthed a whole other thing. Making the Kid Robots, having to make the insoles, and then obviously having the insoles create and make their own thing now. Yeah, probably those, because they also kind of set the tone for what was to like come, you know. They kind of set my level, just like, this is what we want to be doing now, you know. That to this level they need to be this perfect and this well executed, and if they're not, then it's not coming out.